Welcome back to the Midday News on Fox Carolina, a journey from terminal to triumph. Rebecca Masden beat the odds of cancer and is now sharing her faith through her new children's book, Sebastian Explores Baptism. And joining us now in studio is Rebecca. Thank you so much for stopping in today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Oh my gosh, of course. Can you talk a little bit about the idea behind writing your new children's book?
Absolutely. So back in 2022, I ended up getting a terminal diagnosis. They told me I only had 3 months left to live, and we planned the funeral and all of those things. And then the day came and I was still alive. And now I've been alive for almost 3 years. This September, I passed that date. And so, you know, when you face death and you're told you only have 3 months left to do, what do? You know? And so I just started growing closer to the Lord in my faith, strengthening that. And before I knew it, one blog that I wrote and posted on my Facebook turned into a best-selling book that now is in English and Spanish, and I've been traveling the world, handing it out to children all over the world.
That is so exciting. And I mean, what a cool opportunity for you to take a trial and an obstacle and choose to turn towards your faith, because I know that has really been a true foundation for you during your cancer journey. I mean, what was it like getting that diagnosis? I feel like that's something we can't even imagine.
Sure. Yeah, it's, you know, it's still kind of strange to even describe in words, but I'll say, you know, this week being our week going into Easter and Holy Week, it really resonated with me, that blog that I mentioned. The very first piece of writing that I ever wrote was this blog, and basically it was all about Easter.
Yeah.
It was comparing my death to Jesus' death. And so I think the biggest lesson that I've learned and that I want to inspire with the little bit of time that I still have left here is, you know, whatever the Lord brings us to, He brings us through it. Just like the cross in Easter. He didn't leave Jesus on the cross. He resurrected him a few days later and brought him through it, you know?
Yeah,
so that's really been the biggest takeaway.
Absolutely. All right, so I feel like Sebastian's probably going to go on a bit of a journey.
Yes.
Tell us what he's going to do in the book.
Yes, so such a fun piece to write. Definitely for like your ages 5 to 8, but just about anyone in the family will have fun with it. So I did open up Sebastian Explores as a series. This first one, he explores baptism. So what you do is you'll follow Sebastian along on his quest to figure out, why did his older sister Lauren get to take a bath in church and then get presents and everyone applauded her? He wants to take a bath in church.
Who doesn't?
You know, and so with the question of that sweet little boy's mind in church is, well, what's so special about that water? The whole family goes on an adventure. And as he's on this adventure to figure out what baptism is all about, not only does he learn about baptism, but he learns a little bit about himself and a little bit about the world around him.
I'm taking a look through the pictures. You can see his whole family there. I love this. And I know, speaking of your faith, you recently went on a missions trip to the Dominican Republic helping families. How did that trip kind of impact you personally?
Absolutely. So, you know, this new second chance at life that I have, you know, the cancer is back. It is in my spine, and we're trying out this new treatment. And so whatever the Lord's will is, we'll see how long I'm here. But I want to be as impactful as I can. And so when we created this book in Spanish, we went to the Dominican to help out some friends of ours that have had missions there. It's called Cups Missions. And they, you can see.
Look at them all holding your book.
How cute is that? Yes, and then you see these girls here. That's a sewing factory that our mission has been helping out with. Now my book has been incorporated into their curriculum for teaching the children. And so anyways, we got to go there, and I actually got to be a part of handing out the books to them and being with the kids there on the ground in person. And it was just so transforming.
That's got to be so cool for you to see your book make an impact, not just here in the States, but I mean globally.
Yeah.
And seeing that photo of, you know, kids in the DR holding your book.
Yes, I mean, how exciting. And so, you know, it just goes back to the story of Easter to me is, you know, the Lord didn't leave me in my crucifixion cross moment of cancer. He's brought me through it. And now what some people might think would be the hardest thing to go through, look at all the gifts that it's brought. What a blessing.
Maybe we all have a perspective as good as yours. I love how you have really just championed and children. You're now talking all about your faith, even when going through something that I'm sure so many of us cannot even imagine. But thank you so much for stopping in and bringing us your book. Of course, if you are interested, Rebecca's new children's book, Sebastian Explores Baptism, it is available right now. To learn more about her work and her cancer journey, we do have a link on our website at foxcarolina.com.
Now you're